Yeah, she's
Sound
finally.
check. Sound check. Kim Talk Live.
Yeah. Hey, are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Right on. Hey guys. Let's see. Let's wait for the window to catch up. Yep, there we are.
Sound check. Can you
Uh,
all hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
E Rich is in the house. Craig's Volk, Large Soda, Jay Bird. Thanks for coming out, you guys.
Large soda.
And then Craig's Volk said with ice. First,
One,
he's
two,
like,
three,
"What?"
four. Testing. One, two, three. Hello? Can you all hear? Yes or no?
Yeah, Jay Bird's in the house and can hear.
Okay, cool.
Right on. So, hey, thanks for having me on your show tonight,
Oh, thanks for joining me.
even though it's close to my bedtime. Everybody knows Enter the Stars rarely uploads videos after 5 p.m.
Yeah, and I'm 3 hours past you, so it's 7 o'clock my time, and I'm still up and going.
I know. So basically, I'm complaining for nothing, right?
Exactly.
Right on. Um, well, yeah, I guess you got some. We got some stuff to cover tonight. Actually, some pretty interesting stuff for those of you guys that are in here already. I pulled up some stuff on Star Wars, and interestingly enough, I think I decoded what a Jedi is. I can show you guys that tonight after we get into the meat of this. But basically, it goes back to ancient Egypt. So that's something we can cover tonight. What do you have, Kim?
I was wanting to talk about something that happened to me the other day. I'll let you talk first, but wanted to talk about that and basically time travel. I've been looking into that here lately, and then uh, the rainbows. There's just something
Yeah,
we need to uncover as far as rainbows go. So I will let you talk first. And
sure. Yeah, rainbows are interesting because rainbows were talked about in the Bible, of course, after the flood. It was basically the covenant that God made with Noah after the flood. It was one of the first things he talked to Noah about before he told him to go back out and fill up the earth again with people and animals and stuff.
Mhm.
So the interesting thing about the rainbow is there's 7 colors, and each of those colors means something. Now I saw a presentation by D13 Watchman, and he was talking about how the different stones, the elements, actually form the colors of the rainbow. And one of his presentations, I thought that that was pretty amazing. He actually showed the different stones and how they fit into the spectrum of color, each stone having its own color. Yeah, I was like, wow. So I'm anxious to hear what you have to say about the rainbow. And of course, rainbows can only be viewed at 42 degrees from your vantage point. So if you're standing on the ground, you basically you can only see a rainbow if you're standing at 42 degrees viewing angle from that rainbow.
Hmm. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and a complete rainbow, an arc, the entire arc of a rainbow, can only be completely viewed if you have either a panoramic camera or a wide angle camera, because most cameras only capture 42 degrees from side to side. So basically, you need 2 cameras side by side, or you need a panoramic camera to capture a complete rainbow.
Yes, I experienced that about 2 weeks ago. I had to take two pictures and crop them together.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Now, did you want to talk about the rainbow since we're on the subject? I know you had some things that you
Uh,
wanted to talk about.
yeah, we can. Yesterday, my mom texted me and she's like, "There's another rainbow," which that makes three rainbows just within the past 3 weeks. So basically, one a week. So I go and I look outside, and it's in the same location that it was in the two other times.
Mhm.
I just found that really interesting because in the back of my house, there's a tree line and stuff, but there was a full rainbow 2 weeks ago. Now the last two rainbows have just either been like, a piece of one or a half of a rainbow. Didn't see the full thing, but for those rainbows to be in the exact same location, it makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Um, and then as far as the rainbow goes in this flat earth, and I mean, I'm not a flat earther. I do believe we have a convex lens Earth, as you've uncovered. I believe we have a flat plane, and then, of course, the dome above us. And, the rainbow pretty much proves that. If you look at a rainbow, we can only see what the eyes will let us see as far as the reflection. The reflection is the dome. So that's why we're only seeing an arch. Now, what was it you were saying? If you're in a plane, a rainbow is completely round because there's no plane for it to reflect off of.
Yeah, so basically, if you're up above the surface of the Earth in an airplane and flying at 35,000 feet, what every pilot will tell you is that when a rainbow does appear, it appears as a perfect circle. But when you're standing down on the Earth, you only see the arc of the rainbow. And that is interesting because, like you said, it almost suggests the shape of the Earth. Mm-hmm. And the reason why the plane sees a complete circle of a rainbow instead of just an arc of the rainbow is because the plane is up above off of the surface and it's catching the actual, okay, imagine you're under a dome, okay, and then you're like standing on the ground of underneath the dome in the center. Now imagine you levitate all the way up, and this is like a glass dome. And the closer you get, the closer you're going to get to the apex of the center of that dome, the top of it, and then the light that shines through will be a circle instead of an arc. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's pretty interesting because that may be the case. That may be the proof hiding in plain sight about the shape of our Earth.
Mm-hmm. I believe so. Because take, for instance, you have a water hose and, you spray it up in the air with the sun shining. You're only going to get a fragment of that rainbow because there's just a stream. Right. So it's only going to reflect off of what's actually there.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
If the world was a complete round planet, okay, think about this. Everybody would see a completely round rainbow.
Right.
At all times. So.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. A lot of this stuff's almost impossible to prove unless, they do like a small experiment. That might be something I could work on or something like some kind of small scale experiment, but it's always hard to know, hard to tell. But if you could create like some kind of synthetic environment that can kind of demonstrate some of this, that might be kind of neat. I'm going to go ahead and share screens and show you what I got on my end. Let's see here, share screens. Now, I did some research because, let's see, how did I go down this rabbit hole? I can't even remember how I did it. But, so I'm screen sharing now. Okay, this is the zodiac. And we talked about, let's blow this picture up here, how all the Earth ages have gone in order, okay? All the way starting with Gemini. All right, here's Gemini here. We had the twins, Cain and Abel, Adam and Eve. Then we went to Taurus, the bull. This is where they worshiped the golden calf. Aries is when the Israelites were in the wilderness for 40 years. And they had to sacrifice lambs and rams to Yahweh for their sins. Then Jesus came on the scene, Pisces, with 2 fish. He fed the crowd 2 fish. And now we're in the age of Aquarius, 2,000 years after Christ walked the earth. Now, this is in order. What this means is basically on the horizon, this constellation was dominant on the horizon for the 2,000-year period in which it appeared on the horizon. And that overlays perfectly the history of the Bible, which is kind of neat and interesting. Well, now we've been 2,000 years since the Pisces, since the 2 fish of Jesus. And now we're in Aquarius, which is the man carrying the water jug. Now, what's interesting is Jesus told his followers to prepare for the Passover, go upstairs and find the man bearing the water jug so they could pass over into the next stage. And that's where we're at right now. I believe this is the time when Jesus is coming. The reason why I brought this up is because I was watching this video by, this video by Brian Forster. Now, this guy's awesome because he goes on location into some of these ancient ruins all around the world, and he actually films this stuff. He's kind of like the Luke Radowski of archaeology, right? He goes everywhere, no matter where it is, what kind of conditions, and he shows up. Well, on the ceiling of one of these Egyptian, sarcophaguses or whatever, there's a zodiac, and this is the full zodiac. It shows all of these that we just mentioned on the ceiling in ancient Egypt. But the interesting thing is that they put Cancer in the middle. And according to this guy, I don't want to play too much of it because it's I'm going to get a copyright or something. But basically, according to this archaeologist that's speaking, he says that the reason why they put Cancer in the middle is because this is when the history of man started. Now, this is where things get intriguing and interesting, because this is the only zodiac symbol that's put in the middle. And he says this is when they started recording the signs of the zodiac, and it fits in perfectly with the beginning of the history of man. But now the question becomes, what happened to the 2,000 years before Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, in this sign of Cancer? What happened before? And that's where things get interesting, because we're only given the Bible. It starts with Adam and Eve in the Gemini and that 2,000-year period. And then we get everything else all the way down to today, right? But
Right.
we don't have this missing Earth age, this is a 2,000-year period of history. Now, this is what's interesting. This is going to blow you away, because I keep telling you guys that we're in the year of 69, right? Look at the sign for Cancer. '69. And so we just come full circle, you guys,
I'm trying to see it.
right here. It's in the
The
next,
fish.
yeah,
Oh, I see it.
the Cancer, yeah, right there, 69.
I was looking for a 6 and a 9 in the lobster.
Yeah, the lobster is the Cancer. It's kind of hard to see because I should do that. That's what I should do. So this is where Adam and Eve started. This is the records that were given. But before Adam and Eve, there was an age of Cancer. Maybe this is the heavenly age. This is before man was created. But we don't have a Bible that describes all that yet for us. This might have been the time of the gods, you know?
Unless it's in the Dead Sea Scrolls and they haven't uncovered it. There's no telling what all is in those Dead Sea Scrolls that they will not release.
Exactly.
You know, you've got the 22 books of the Bible inside the Dead Sea Scrolls that at one point were canonized, but, they decided to take them out. So.
Exactly. Now, I got more, because you're probably wondering what's up with the Jedi thing. Well, I was researching. What was I researching? Let's look through here. Okay. Okay. This is crazy, you guys. This crazy rabbit hole I went down. So someone noticed, okay, we've been doing all this research on this architect, Calatrava, right? This is the guy right here, Calatrava. This is the very first project that he worked on in the United States. Before that, all of his projects were like in Spain. And then we compared this project to his most recent project, which was the Oculus Path Transportation Hub at Ground Zero. And then we compared this mast sticking up to the new One World Trade Freedom Tower. And if you juxtapose these two, you actually see that they are the same. So you see this post representing the Freedom Tower, and this looks like exactly like the Path Hub. Now, anyone in their right mind cannot deny that there's a connection to 9/11, because this one went up 33 days after 9/11 in 2001 is when this opened. And it connects right to Ground Zero. 15 years later. Now, here's where it gets spooky, and I can't remember the subscriber who sent this to me. But they said, what if Calatrava is a made-up architect? And they said, look at this. This is his Twitter page. Now watch this. This is spooky. This is the emblem for the Order of Calatrava. Look at the emblem. And now look at his thing. It's the same emblem. So who is the Order of the Calatrava? And this is what took me on this rabbit hole. So I'm like, okay, this Santiago Calatrava, this architect who built this, he's got the same emblem as the Order of Calatrava. So who really is this guy? So the Order of Calatrava is the first military order founded in Castile, but the second to receive papal approval. So this is all linked in the Catholic Church, you guys. The papal bull confirming the Order of the Calatrava as a militia was given by Pope Alexander III. We're going to talk more about the bull tonight. This is Calatrava. La Vieja. This is the location, the medieval location of where the Order of Calatrava originally was founded. It says right here, it was founded at Calatrava la Vieja in Castile. This is Calatrava la Vieja. Now watch this. This is the architect who built the path hub at Ground Zero and the first building that looks exactly like the path hub and the tower. It says the High Middle Ages, Cordova, Toledo. Here's the picture. It's a beautiful area. Its name is derived from the Arabic Khalat Rabba. Arabic, a reference to an Arab nobleman. Who are we fighting in this war against terror? The Arabs, who held this area in the 8th century. Now watch this. Who's Khalat Rabba? So I looked that up. Where is that here? One of the most trusted Islamic prophets. So this is Islam, it's Arab, it's everything built into Calatrava, World Trade Center. It's nuts. But it goes on because, let's close this. I'm getting confused here because I got so much to show you guys. Here's the Castile. Talk about Islamic principalities. This is the Castile here where the Calatrava was founded. It's an area in Spain. All of Calatrava's original works were in, let's see here, let's find him. Here he is. All of his original works were in Spain, as you can see here. So it links him back to the Order of Calatrava, which is linked into the Catholic Church, which is linked into Arab and Islamic roots. And here are his early works. And as you can see, many of them are in Spain in the 90s, 1990s. These are all of his projects. This is a very proficient architect.
How old is he, Casey?
Let's take a look. This guy is 64 years old. Young guy for doing all this work. Now, I believe they do have him on interviews and stuff. So he is a real person. My problem with this is the name linked back to all this stuff. Okay. Now, this goes on. I don't know how I got to the Jedi stuff. But basically, here's what's going on. Oh, that's how I got to it. So in Brian Forster's video, now I'm jumping around a little bit, but in Brian Forster's video, he talks about this here. This is called the Jeddah. He describes it here, this four-pronged thing. And what this represents, let me go to where this is talking about this. It's called the Jed. The Jed. This is it. It's the same thing as I showed you here. See, same thing. And he describes it in the video. And this Jed is from Egyptian mythology. It's a pillar-like hieroglyphic, okay? And it's associated with the creator god Ptah and Osiris. Now, this links into the Star Wars films, and I'm going to demonstrate that to you. This is understood to represent the spine, and more specifically, the bottom of the spine where the sacrum is. Now, I'm going to show this to you. Now, they talk in here about, hold on, let me pull this up here. This is the Ankh, and this is representative of the, compared to the cross section of the thoracic vertebrae of a bull. Remember we talked about the bull a few minutes ago? Relating back to the Order of Calatrava. Well, the ancient Egyptians actually have this symbol of the Ankh to represent the thoracic vertebrae cross-section of a bull's spine. They also have the Jed, which represents the bull's sacrum of the spine. And this all goes back to the link between the Jed and the column and the concept of the Kundalini in yoga. now it makes sense of why there's snakes, which is the snake of the Kundalini spirit inside above this backbone. You see this? This is called the Dendera light bulb, and this is in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. So, according to this guy, the archaeologist in this video, he's explaining that this writing here says that there is a strong warning that if the Kundalini can be used in improper ways, okay, or proper ways. Now, I believe they're actually in this video sympathetic to the Egyptians, and they feel as though the Egyptians were good people and all this is supposed to be good, but I do not agree. I believe the Egyptians were the Nephilim. And I'll tell you why. In this video, he actually shows that these Egyptians were giants. And when a lady says, "Were they giants?" he says, "Well, why do they have to be one or the other?" Like he gets like mad at her, like he defends the fact that there were giants. See, right? I think it was right here. He says they're made to be bigger than the surrounding people in the hieroglyphs. And if they were giants, I'm sorry, they were Nephilim, because the Bible doesn't talk about any giants unless they were Nephilim. So, where am I going with all this? This is the Jed. I'm comparing this to Star Wars. The Jed, here's the backbone. We talked about the Ankh, also representing the backbone. And here's where it explains that the Ankh is the thoracic vertebrae, and the Jed is the sacrum, which is the bottom of the bull spine. And this is all about bull worship. And guess what? Earth Age, they were that this all went down. It went down in the Earth Age of the bull, right here, Taurus. So just after the Adam and Eve era, exactly what the history of the Bible says, that Adam and Eve came on the scene, and then mankind proliferated. Shortly after that, ancient Egypt was established. We had the Nephilim building pyramids, right? The Egyptians. And then they worshiped the bull. Why? How do we know they worshiped the bull? Because they worshiped the Jed, which was the different pieces of the bull spine. The thoracic vertebrae is the Ankh, and the Jed is the sacrum of the bull spine. So to me, this is like a slam dunk. But it goes on, because you're asking, what does this have to do with Star Wars? I'm going to show it to you. There is, let's see here, where did it go? Okay. There was, the Jed came to be associated with Seeker, the Falcon God. Well, in Star Wars, they had the Millennial Falcon. They had Jedis, right? And who was Seeker? She made silver bowls. And what did the Millennium Falcon look like? It looked like a silver bowl, right? So we have all these comparisons to the Jedi and the Star Wars. And they actually had to lift. Part of the Jed ceremony was to lift this pillar up. And they used like ropes, right? They raised a wooden Jed column using ropes. And they called it raising the Jed, right? And then what did they do in Star Wars? This is crazy stuff, you guys. There was the X-Wing fighter, and Luke and Yoda to raise the Jed, right? Kundalini. This is the scene from Star Wars where he tells Luke, "You can do it. You can raise the X-Wing fighter out of the swamp." And he has to levitate the X-Wing fighter out of the swamp that's sunk into the swamp. Here's some images of it here. And that is symbolic of raising the Jed, right? The impossible. But this is the Kundalini magic. You don't want to go into this stuff. This is a big no-no. Okay? It was basically the gods of Egypt teaching the people sorcery. Okay? That's what this is about. The serpent of the Kundalini. So, anyway, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, the chat got real quiet. They were like real in deep thought with you.
Either that or they're bored out of their mind.
No, I doubt that.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. So I just figured all this out today, which was nuts. Yeah. So it's pretty much safe to say that this architect guy is busted. Okay, we busted him.
Oh yeah. It's interesting. I would like to look up and see the other structures that he's actually built and then connect them with other things.
Exactly.
But so you're basically saying in the signs there's a missing link.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if maybe we could just find out what that missing link is.
Good question. Here's the shot of the Freedom Tower. Okay, so this is it. I mean, this is exactly what is going on. It's the same picture. Go side by side with this.
Looks like wings in almost every structure he does, like they have wings.
Yeah, see, it's the same picture. This is crazy. I mean, like this is just nuts.
Who thinks that?
Yeah, 2001, 2015. Crazy. His first project over here and his most recent project here. It's the same picture.
That one looks like a sailboat.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. And it has 6 wires, 6 and 6 wire or 9 wires, I'm sorry. 9 and 9 wires on the other side. So that's 999 or 666, which is the same as the One World Freedom Tower. This is the mast of the boat, right? This is the mast of the boat. This is the front of the boat where the waves cut through, right? So this looks like the waves cutting through like in a boat. This is why in one of my videos I talked about there being a possible wave overtaking New York based on exposing this architect. Because I really feel like that's what they're hinting at with this, like another 9/11. Now, this opened on 11/3/2015. 11/3 is 33. This opened 33 days after 9/11. So there you go. Pretty crazy stuff, huh?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I just got a notification on my phone. There was a shooting in a county next to me. Mom dead and 5 kids wounded.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That's so sad.
Grayson County, Kentucky. If y'all want to look that up. You were mentioning the Twin Towers. I thought of something the other day. I think I shared it with you. Twin Towers, Cain and Abel. And then Cain kills Abel, and then there's the One World Freedom Tower still standing.
Yes.
You know, with Cain and Abel being twins.
Exactly. That's the whole reference, the return to Gemini. And that's why they had to sacrifice Prince, the Gemini, because he was Gemini. And then he died on the 111th day of the year. And 9/11 happened with the 111 days remaining in the year. So they were referencing him directly with his sacrifice of the Twin Towers. And see, nobody gets this stuff. It's it's discouraging sometimes because it's like I see this stuff as plain as day. And if people could just wake up and understand, then this world could be a different place, you know? But yeah, that's what's going on. It's all about the twins. And then what did they do? They combined it all into one tower, right? That's what they did.
Exactly. And who was left standing? Cain.
Exactly. The hybrid. He's the hybrid. And if you look at the let's look at the One World Trade Freedom Tower. Let's pull that up.
It's a huge pyramid.
It's exactly what it is. One World. Let's look at the specs on this. I've decoded this before.
Pyramid with a mirror within to show a reflection.
Yes. Here it is here. Remember the rainbow that appeared over the Freedom Tower? I think it was on 9/11. Or was it struck by lightning on 9/11?
I'm not sure. I didn't hear about that. I don't remember. My memory's terrible anymore. Sorry.
One world freedom tower rainbow. Okay, let's look it up real quick. That happened on, yep, happened on 9/11. Here it is right here. And now that's the devil right there, because they can create rainbows by just shooting mist in the air. But this happened in 2015 on 9/11. Pretty interesting. And then here's the One World Freedom Tower. Got a 185-foot base on it. This is supposed to guard against terrorist attacks. But 8 plus 5 is 13. So that's the unlucky number. And let's see here. Here's the opening date. This opened 1 year prior to the Oculus that I just showed you. It's but on the same day. 11/3 this opened, and the Oculus opened on 11/3/2015. So they were exactly 1 year apart, but both 11 and 3 is 33. So it's clear what they're doing here. Yeah. Now it's interesting because they changed the name to the One World Trade Freedom Tower 1 day after my birthday, 1 day after the 88th day of the year in 2009.
Huh.
They officially changed it to the One World Trade Freedom Tower.
Is it sitting on a cube?
Yeah, well, it's the base, and it's 185 feet tall. And it's not a perfect cube, but it's like a kind of like a rectangle thing. Well, look at this, 1,776 feet tall. Watch this. You want to see a trick? That's the year of this country was founded, right?
Oh yeah.
1776 divided by 2 is 888. That's not an accident. Okay, all this is for our reason. It's all for a purpose. It's not just numbers. It all means something. So, other specs we have in here.
And then the top, what do you call that?
The spire?
Yes, it's a Muslim
Minaret.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Exactly. It's a minaret, a Muslim minaret. And if you look at this, lifts has 73 lifts and elevators. Let's blow this up. And the original World Trade Center opened in 1973, so they were referencing that. You can learn a lot by looking at specifications of these buildings. They build it right into it. 14104, that's the 14th year, was the halfway point to 9/11. It was 1987, the 14th year after the World Trade Center opened.
Hold on. Floor count 104 plus 5, so it's actually got 109.
Yes, that's 109. Yes. Well, okay, so both. So the Twin Towers came down in the Hebrew year 61. So this encodes the halfway point and the death of the World Trade Center. So the halfway point is the 14th year, and then in 61 you said 109, but 9 is 6, right? So this is 109. That's really 61. So they got 61 and 14 encoded in the floor count. That's how you read that.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, as you said, this is a prism that combines both of the empty footprints, the empty cubes of the World Trade Center, and it smashes them together, and this is the design. But I'm going to show you something even more nuts. Let's see here. Make sure we're still connected. We're going to go into Google Earth, and I'm going to blow your mind right now.
How many pyramids are there?
1, 2, 3. I don't know. I didn't count. Let me see. Let's go back in there. 1. Wait.
Is there 6?
I think there's 6. 1. It's hard to count them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's 8.
Huh.
I think, because there's one on each side, right, going up, and then there's one on each side coming down. So it has 4 sides. So yeah, there's 8. So there you go. Now watch this. This is the flight. For those of you that have been on this channel, you've already seen me do this before. Maybe you missed this video. This is the Flight 93 National Memorial. Now this is where you come to see the flight, where where the Flight 93 crashed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, right? That's where this is. We're going to rotate this around. Now remember, this is a memorial for dead victims. We're going to put this like right here. Now this is roughly the center. See this? From side to side. Oops. All right. We're going to come back and fix this in a minute, but I just want to demonstrate something for you guys, okay? You have an element there, an element there. This is roughly the center. Now, where do you think this is going to point to? Remember, the World Trade Center is like these two empty blocks, right? The Twin Tower Memorial, the Twin Tower Memorial has two empty blocks, right? And what do these empty blocks look like? Well, I'm going to show you.
Hey, Casey, I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll keep talking. Now, for those of you that are new to my channel, you've never seen this before, but I'm going to show it to you. See how close I get just from memory. I think it's like right around in here. Yeah, it's like right in here somewhere. Okay, it's the Iberian Peninsula, Kaaba, Mecca. Oh, it's close. Closer to the ocean than I remember. Okay, so let's zoom this out and pull that line in. This is the cube at Mecca. Why does our World Trade Center Twin Tower Memorial, the Twin Tower Memorial on Ground Zero where the Twin Towers used to stand, why does that look like a cube, a black cube like Mecca, if supposedly these people are the ones who perpetrated the atrocity? Why would they design it like that? Why not make a yellow cube or a red cube or a brown cube? Why does the infinity pool at Ground Zero look exactly like the cube of the Islamic people? And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about this cube, we'll zoom in here. And then I'm going to blow your mind again because we're going to go back to Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Okay. So here's the cube at Mecca. The people at Mecca worship this cube. Let's do this in 3D. They worship this cube. And this cube, oh, did I lose it? Here's the cube. They actually rotate in the same direction that the North Pole of Saturn rotates, because of the North Pole of Saturn, there's also a cube, but it's foreshortened and it looks like a hexagon. I mean, it looks like a hexagon. So it looks exactly like that on the North Pole of Saturn. And there's a storm going around it on Saturn that looks exactly like this, and they actually rotate in the same direction. Let me pull that up. Saturn, North Pole. So you guys know I'm not making this up. Saturn. Now, someone else made this discovery long ago. Saturn. I'm not trying to take credit for this discovery. Not that it matters, but some people are real funny about this stuff. Here's Saturn, North Pole. This is it. This is the storm on the North Pole of Saturn. It rotates in the same direction. I don't know if it's clockwise or counterclockwise, but the people in Mecca will also rotate around their cube here on Earth to the same, whoops, oh, please don't do this, to the same direction, okay? It's also a cube. This is a cube, that's a cube. Now watch this. Now we're going to go back to Flight 93 Memorial. Now they have a direct line back to Somerset, Pennsylvania, Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where supposedly the jet crashed, but we saw no indication of this jet. We saw no pieces. There was nothing. And when we look at the memorial that they built for the flight, the truth reveals itself because it points directly back to Mecca.
It's a rainbow.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a rainbow, doesn't it? It points back to Mecca, and you can't make this up. Why are they pointing this to Mecca, where all the Muslims pray towards Mecca every day? I think it's 3 times a day, and yet all these people supposedly died, and now we're praying to Mecca. And if you don't believe me, look at the endpoints of this arc. It is an arc, you're right. And this is the center. And it dissects it exactly. Now, someone else made this discovery as well, so I'm not going to take credit for this one. But I'm just illustrating to you the discovery so you can see what is going on here, you guys. This is unbelievable. So that's that. Crazy stuff, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. So, hello. Real sweet in the house. Paul Panda. Halthia. Ozaru. I was going to give you a shout out, K Small, but you're in the chat with me, so. But you're in the thing with me, so.
Hey, Enterthe5t4rz said that they have some info from movies on CERN and time travel.
Oh.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
Hey, look, the trolls are in the house. We got 8 thumbs down and 12 thumbs up.
Huh.
Don't you love it?
Gotta love it.
And there's nobody even in here to block. And it's like, why would someone thumbs down this video? We didn't even say anything wrong.
It's the other K Smalls from the alternate universe, Paul Panda says.
Yeah, it's got to be, the trolls and people who can't see what's going on when we're presenting this kind of information. They see all the thumbs down. It's just bizarre. It's unbelievable.
I gotta get my puppy. Hold on.
Yep, haters gonna hate. And I don't even think they're real or real sweet. I think they're like computer generated or something. It's just it's not even possible to have that many people thumbs down when there hasn't even been that many people in the hangout tonight in the chat. So yeah, not exactly. This is World says there hasn't even been any ugly comments. You're right. So this is what we battle, you guys. Quick reminder for those of you that come on my channel. No, even if my thumbs up and thumbs down are disabled, always go and thumbs it up because I see it. And sometimes I'll release the ratings, especially if they're good, and so everyone can see. But most of the time I'm getting trolled heavily and you'll see a lot of thumbs down, so I'll just hide the ratings. But always thumbs up every single video because it does help. And also it shares the video. See, this is what they've done. They've got us locked in these silos because they know that people are going to view things based on ratings. But then if you turn off the ratings, they're not going to thumbs up it, which when you thumb something up, it shares it automatically. And so they're basically, in effect, censoring. And so even if you leave your ratings on, then you fall prey to the thumbs down committee, right? And so then it won't get viewed that way because people are just going to come and go, oh, that's I'm not going to watch that. It's got all thumbs down, or I'm not going to agree with that content. But then if you disable it, your video doesn't get shared. So it's like they've got you trapped, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but there's certain groups that will look and just judge by those numbers. You've got our groups that are not even going to look at that and click on it anyways, just because they follow, that we're all in the same group. So they're not going to pay no attention to that. A decent person's not going to, just judge by numbers. So it's trolls.
Right. Trolls for sure. So yeah.
Time travel. I had something happen to me the other day. I was taking my daughter lunch at school, and I might actually just make a video later so you all can kind of get a visual of what I'm speaking of. Okay, so I'm pulling out of my street, and there's kind of like a four-way. There's a crossroads, okay? And I'm at the stop sign. There's a straight stretch in front of me, and then the road, going diagonal. And I'm looking both ways before I cross over onto the straight stretch. And it's probably a good eighth of a mile maybe to where it kind of curves. But I had enough time, to go ahead and just hurry up and cross over. Next thing I know, there's this white car, and it's like everything was in slow motion. This car appeared from out of nowhere. And, I know people say, oh, they have wrecks all the time. I just didn't see it, blah, blah, blah. Well, let me just tell you, this was a white car. There was no way that car, I mean, it had to have been going at least 200 miles an hour for it to get up on me that fast. I didn't see it till it was in the center line, till I was right up on it. I came a hairline of actually hitting this car. It appeared from out of nowhere. And it just freaked me out. And that's where I'm getting on this time travel and all this portal issue, because it's almost like that car was just, it appeared from out of nowhere. It was just dropped here and boom.
Wow.
And it's just really, really bothered me, you know, to the point to where it's like, wow, I was shook up, because I was like, where did it come from? And I remember I looked back, and I mean, when I looked back at the car, you know, going down the road, it wasn't going really fast or anything. But when I came up on the car, it was like God put me in like slow motion to where I would not hit it. It was so weird.
Wow. Now, do you think that, like, what do you think was going on with this car? Did they have the right of way, or did they have to stop at a stop sign too?
No. They had the right of way. They were just going down the road. They were coming towards me, going towards town. I was at the stop sign crossing over, and then they were just driving along.
Wow.
You know, they had the right of way. I was at a stop sign, and I was crossing over to the road in front of me. Yeah. So when I crossed over, right there on the center line, I would have met them and hit them right in their side on the driver's side is where I would have hit them if I was going to hit them. I mean, I didn't see the car till I was right up on it, but then everything was like in slow motion.
Wow.
So it just, it bothered me to the point to where, you know, I've seen that one, there's a video out there that where they're in another country. I'm not sure exactly where it is. London, maybe. Mm-hmm. You know, where they're turning on this red light, and then this car, you know, shows up from out of nowhere, and you see the footage. You know, and you just, that car does appear from out of nowhere, and the car in front of it just hurries up and puts its brakes on, like, you know what? So, I mean, I know, call me crazy if you want, I don't care, but that car was not there.
It like manifested out of a different, like, reality.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Crazy. Okay, that's better. Yeah, you know, that kind of, I guess, leads into all this Mandela effect stuff that we've been talking about.
Yeah. Some of it, I believe. I don't believe in all of the Mandela effect. There's some points where I think it's just our memory. You know, there's so much going on now with the internet. We see so much, you know, and I think the internet can kind of harbor our memory to where we don't know what we've seen and what we haven't. Now, there's some things where I know I've seen with my own eyes that has changed. You got the Kit Kat bar. It used to have a dash in it. That was my favorite candy bar as a kid. I know Kit Kat had a dash. Mm-hmm. You know, the dash isn't there anymore. You know, just little stuff.
Oh, Kit Kat.
Almost like a test run.
Okay, ready for this rabbit hole? Okay, Kit Kat. Backwards is tactic, like tic tac, right?
Wow.
Now, watch this. Where did I do with that video? Oh, okay. Kit Kat. Enter the 5t4rz. If we can find it. Okay, here it is. Look at this. Listen to this real quick. This is nuts. Enter the stars. Kit Kat teaming up with YouTube to package the Kit Kat candy bar in a YouTube packaging. YouTube was founded on Valentine's Day, 2005, 10 years ago. Kit Kat is 11 alphanumerically. K. That's like K small. No, Illuminati. No, it's good. Launched on August 29th, 1935. August 29th, converted from Julian to Gregorian, is 9/11. And 9/11 has 111 days left until the end of the year. KK. That's freaky. And this is your favorite candy bar?
Yeah.
I'm not going to play any more of this because I can hear, I've got a Terminator music in the back. And no matter how much I slow that song down and use it for my videos, they flag me. So I'm not going to, I don't want to mess up your live show. But if people want to go see this, I'll pop the link in the chat here. But this is how they encode everything in our life. They encode it with these numbers. This isn't in our heads, you guys.
Do you remember the dash?
The dash. Oh, I do remember a dash.
Yeah, in between Kit Kat, it's gone.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, why is that dash in there? But yeah, that's weird.
I remember looking at the dash on the chocolate itself.
Well, you know what they do too is a lot of times they'll upgrade the.
No. I went back. I looked at all the Kit Kat logos, and you know what's weird? Okay, as far as an IP domain, okay, companies will purchase IP domains that are similar to their product so that other people cannot purchase that domain. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I believe now. Don't hold me to these dates because I don't have it in front of me, but. Nestle purchased the Kit Kat domain with the dash 2 years prior to the KAT domain. So basically they purchased the wrong one before the correct one. That doesn't make any sense. Same thing with Looney Tunes. Warner Brothers purchased Looney Tunes domain, which is TOONS, before the actual original, supposedly, TUNES domain, 2 years after the wrong domain. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You all can look up on this. It's called whois.com, IP domains. And you can go and you can put in a search for any domain, and it will give you information. Berenstain Bears. Now, check this out. I went to Berenstain Bears on the Who Is. The first two images, you can go to image history, you know, where it shows, I guess, the books or the episodes that they came out with. The first two are blank.
Wow.
And Berenstain, STIN, that domain is actually for sale.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's pretty interesting. You know, when you get to digging on this stuff, it's very, very interesting. And I mean, I didn't discover the Kit Kat. I didn't discover the Looney Tunes. There's videos out there. I think, I don't want to say for sure, but I can maybe post links later to those videos so you all can actually see them. I don't know off the top of my head who actually posted them, but it's just crazy. And then there's a video, I'm going to post the link below, where this person was speaking of time travel. And then this one video, this guy has leaked NASA photos where they actually show where they went back in time with the dinosaurs and took pictures of the dinosaurs.
Wow.
I thought that was pretty interesting, but it's almost like a video taken of a projection, so it's not very clear. It says HD, but it's not, because it's not clear at all. And, you know, that's the whole psyop behind it. You know, they don't want us to know, so they're not going to have that information available for us.
Right. Oh, Michael. So check this out. So this bar launched on August 29th. I just showed you how that was 9/11. And look at this. They show this guy. He used a Kit Kat wrapper, and this is the Queen of England. She was born on the 111th day of the year. This is the mirror date of 9/11. So basically what you're looking at here is a mirror. She was born on April 21st, the 111th day. 9/11 happened with 111 days remaining in the year. And it's got the Queen of England on this money. This is crazy. This is our matrix. It's just fabricated news, and it all reinforces the sorcery that they.
When was that posted? What's the date? March 21st, 2016?
2015. So it's like almost 322. Well, it's 322 here. Actually, in other parts of the world, it is 322. So it's like skull and bones on top of it all. So that was last year.
Yes, Billy Myers pictures. Craig, excuse me, Craig's Volk said Billy Myers. I believe it's Meier. Craig's.
Oh.
That's the video I was watching earlier, the pictures, the leaked to NASA photos.
You ready for this? Is it Oscar Mayer, Meyer, or Mayer?
Well, they say it's Mayer, but I remember the song Meyer.
Whoa. Yeah, it was Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're saying it's A?
Yeah. Mayer.
Wow. Unbelievable. Crazy, girl, crazy. Well, it's about all I had. X-Men Apocalypse. Well, I got a decode on that for you guys in the chat that have not seen it. Sophie Turner ends up saving the day, and she's the Phoenix. She rises up like the Phoenix, and basically fights Apocalypse, right? But we know that the Phoenix really is, and in fact, this is what they're calling that Path Center. They call it the Oculus. Some people call it the Phoenix. Oculus, Ground Zero. There's the Oculus, Ground Zero. Some people are calling it the Phoenix, rising up from the ashes, right? Well, in the movie Apocalypse X-Men, the Phoenix is the one who saves the day. Now, I saw a video by Scariest Movie Ever of Conchita Wurst. It was showing how she was singing the Phoenix song. Phoenix song. And he didn't catch it, but I don't know if he didn't catch it on purpose or it's just something that slipped by him. You know, we can't catch everything, but sometimes what we'll do is we'll leave things for you guys to discuss, even though we see it. But if you look at this is nuts, you guys. This is freaking nuts. Okay, I want to pull this image up.
Oh, that's that he, she.
Yes, but are you seeing what I'm seeing here?
Yeah, there's a bird in the background.
It's the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Worse.
Wow.
It's worse. View image. Do a side by side. Oh man, that's the wrong one. Too small. Let's try this.
K small.
K small. Let's use this one. Use this one. Okay, this is a good one. View image. And I put this on his video in the comments. Hopefully some people saw it. Let's see here. Well, let's get rid of that. Let's go like this. Go like this. And this is side by side. There's the Baphomet. There she is. See the 5-pointed star with the lights? Her in the middle and down. This is the Baphomet. Can you see it?
Hold on, I'm looking.
It's the same picture. What I should do is superimpose it. The lights form the top.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like the pentagram in the middle. And yes, this is the song she sang called The Phoenix.
Wow.
The Phoenix is basically the Baphomet. You should screen capture this, and then you use it as your thumbnail if you want, side by side. That's just nuts.
Yeah, I couldn't edit this thumbnail. It wouldn't let me actually choose a thumbnail for some reason.
Oh yeah, because it's live. You after it processes, you'll be able to. After it processes. But there it is, you guys. This is what we're dealing with here. Now, Baphomet is asexual, right? She's a transsexual, just like this woman is. This man-woman thing. Baphomet. So it's a perfect symbol right here. There you go. Can't make it up. So,
Everybody's in the chat flipping out because it's Febreze and the spelling's wrong. How do you spell Febreze, Casey?
I thought it was Fabreze.
No, it's Febreze.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This stuff, what they're doing is they're messing with our minds to the point to where it's a test run. They do little things little by little with CERN, and then what they're going to increase it. It's going to be, and we're looking crazy because we think, they're calling all of us conspiracy theorists and all that stuff, and because we can pretty much swear on, well, it used to be this way.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, they totally changed it. It used to have 2 E's in there.
I know, right? And then you'll look and you'll think, oh, okay, well, maybe they just had a logo change. So you'll go back and, on Google, I know on Bing, but I just realized on Google that you can actually go to search tools and click on any time. And you can do, like on Bing where you can do a time search. Well, if you do it, of all time on these images, it'll show you like all the images of all the logos, and not one of them has 2 E's.
Wait a minute.
Kit Kat, none of them has a dash.
Wait a minute. This is freaking me out.
Mm-hmm.
This had 2 E's in it before.
Yeah, I know.
I don't remember if this was FE or FA. I thought it was FA, but I could see how it could be FE, but there was definitely 2 E's. And it didn't have an E at the end. It was like BREEZ.
It looks funny, doesn't it?
It looks way funny. Wow. Now, the only memory I have of Febreze is when my former mother-in-law came to visit us when we lived in Merced, and she was a caregiver, so she brought the lady with her. They took a drive, and the lady got up to go to the bathroom, and she peed all over the carpet.
Wow.
So we cleaned the carpet, and I remember my ex-wife was so upset because it was a brand new house, brand new carpet, and the smell never went away for the next 2 years we lived in that house. And I remember my former mother-in-law just said, "Oh, just spray a little Febreze on it," and so now it smelled like senior citizen urine and Febreze.
Wow. Hey, she needed to buy some Depends. They changed that one too. It's DEPEND with no S.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. The Mandela Effect video that I have, his mother-in-law was sick, so they basically had a package of them and they saved it. When he pulled the package out, the S was gone.
Wow. Unbelievable.
He shows the package.
We could do, is it Snicker?
No longer Depends. It's Depend.
Pretty soon they're going to change Snickers to Snicker.
Yeah.
That's going to be next. They're going to take the S off of Snickers. Then we're really going to freak out.
Yeah.
What other candy bars can we look at? Oh, Charleston Chews. Was it Charleston Chew or Charleston Chews?
I don't know. That's before my time.
No, it's not. Okay, Chewy. Memories like Chewy Louie. Charleston Chews. You don't remember these?
No.
Oh man, these are the best. But
My mom never bought me those. Mom, did you buy those for us? She's in the chat.
Charleston Chews. Chewy Louie. Watch.
Look, there's one with an S and one without.
Oh, really?
Look, 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 look. Go back up, go back up.
What?
Top, top right.
Oh, man. Oh, they're busted.
Now they do have a Photoshop app where you can change logos, so that could be one that's been changed. So you might want to research it.
No, it says this is from Tootsie, who makes Charleston Chews. These are the minis, but still, it should be the same. Whoa, freak out right now.
Well, they're saying choose because they're minis. There's more than one in the box.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yeah, we don't want to be disinformation. So okay, good. Wait, hold on. Charleston Chews. Huey Louie.
Well, now it says Charleston Chew small bars. That's not choose. That's not plural.
Exactly. Huey Louie. You gotta watch this. This is hilarious.
Mom says I didn't like them.
How about did you like those wacky Laffy Taffy?
Yeah, I liked Laffy Taffy.
Hardly working Charleston Chew Chewy Louie vintage. Sometimes they have these on here. Oh, here, look. 33 seconds. Oh, yeah.
Flavors, ways to eat it. Charleston Chew. 3, 2, 1. Charleston Chew. Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Barbecue.
The strawberry one sucked.
You can freeze it and crack it.
Wait, I gotta get to this part. Chewy Louie.
2, 1. Charleston Chew. Nothing's strong.
No, I didn't say it.
Not remember that.
You don't remember Charleston Chew? And they had King Louie, and he's like, Chewy Louie. Gosh, I guess I'm old.
You old fart.
Let's see. All right. So
Okay, the Jiffy peanut butter. I think people are getting that confused with Jiffy Pop popcorn. People are saying Jif used to be Jiffy peanut butter. No, it was always Jif because that's all Mom ever bought.
choosy moms choose Jif. See how indoctrinated we are? Albert says, I grew up on Star Wars. It's okay. Yeah, I remember that. I remember they had little action figures, and you could slide the lightsaber out of the forearm and make them like battle.
No, the whole thing was Star Wars and the Mandela effect. What does he say? Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father?
Oh, I don't know. I'm
What's he
confused.
say?
He says, Luke, I'm your father.
Yeah, I know. And you know what's crazy? Listen to this. The guy that played Darth Vader said the original pilot called for Luke, I am your father. So how did we all know what the original pilot said if they never broadcasted it like that?
Good question.
The movie has no, I am your father. He doesn't even say no, Luke, I am your father. And I remember Luke, I am your father. What was that movie that my mind just went blank? Where he's in front of the fan and he's like, Luke, I am your father.
Don't know. Was that a movie?
Yeah, it was that wasn't the name of the movie, but Chris Farley. He was in front of the fan.
Huh.
Help me out here, guys. What's that movie? Where Chris Farley gets in front of the fan and says, Lou. I'm sounding like a real dummy here.
Wow. Luke. Okay, I got it.
Tommy Boy. Yeah, thanks.
And he says it wrong too?
Yeah, he's like, Luke, I am your father, though.
Look at this. It says right here in the Bible, they will wear out the saints of the Most High and think to change times and laws.
Mm-hmm.
Some translations say that they will intend to make alterations in times and in law. So there you go. I guess time travel is possible.
Mm-hmm. You know, and, you know, if it's in the Bible, it's correct. You know, if we have any questions about anything, we need to turn to the Bible, guys.
Yeah.
If it's not in the Bible, it's not going to add up. You know, like the books missing in the Bible. I was just looking it up. So there's a total of 88 books total. If you include the missing Bible books, there's 22 missing Bibles, 66 books in the Bible, total of 88.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I heard about that.
okay, for every Old Testament verse, there is a New Testament verse to back it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be 44 Old Testament books and 44 New Testament books. I mean, that just makes sense. And I think they're saying there's 39 in the Old Testament and 27 in the New Testament.
Oh, so there's a bunch missing out of the New Testament. Maybe it's the wrestling with Christ.
Correct.
Wow.
Don't hold me to those numbers. My phone's froze, but I looked it up a minute ago.
Let's see. Let's do a Google search.
Yeah. They're saying there's 39 in the Old Testament, 27 in the New. That's what they're saying. See, God doesn't work that way.
Like he would never have a
Both of those odd numbers.
right, and he would never ever have a Bible with 66 books in it. When he says 666 is the mark of the beast, he just
Correct.
wouldn't.
Yeah, there's 22 missing, so it'd be an even 88.
Okay, it says here, it says 3 works of the Apocrypha are found among the Dead Sea Scrolls. Dead Sea Scrolls Digital Library. And there may be more hidden in other caves that we haven't had yet, that we haven't found, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm sure they've probably found them. They just haven't let us know.
Oh yeah, exactly.
A little boy actually found them.
Yeah.
The first set, anyways.
Interesting.
I mean, we already know about the Dead Sea Scrolls. We already know how many books are missing. Why can't they just reveal it?
Right. Good question.
And just like the book of Enoch, you know, God mentions Enoch. There's actually 2 Enochs in the Bible. One's good and one's bad.
Wow.
So, you know, then they come out, oh, we found the book of Enoch. Oh, people automatically think, oh, that's the bad Enoch. I'm not going to read that.
Right. Says here, Book of Enoch were found in Cave 4 of Qumran in 1948. So it was found with the Dead Sea Scrolls. Why didn't they add this back into the Bible? So there you go.
Because they don't want us to know the true reality. It's too much for people. That used to be the book of Enoch back when it was canonized in the Bible, after man removed it, which God did state that he knew the Bible would be changed. He knew people would take words out. That's why he said that. Anybody that takes any words out of this book.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I getting at? I just went blank. But, I mean, it was canonized, and it was the most popular book back in the day with Christians. But the Book of Enoch was the most popular when it was canonized.
Exactly.
One time, and then man removed it, just like man changed the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. Times and laws that goes along with that as well. And then everybody's like, oh, well, the Sabbath was changed when Jesus was resurrected. Okay, when Jesus was alive on the earth, he's still alive, but when he was here on this earth, what day did he celebrate? He celebrated Saturday. Sabbath was made for man, not man for Sabbath. When he went to choose to pick the corn, they said, why are you working on the Sabbath? You're not supposed to work. He chose to pick that corn because he wanted to pick the corn. He said, Sabbath is for man. Sabbath was made for man, not man for Sabbath. So enjoy it. Do as you want. You know, if I want to pick the corn, I'll pick the corn. He didn't consider it as working.
Exactly. And when he said, remember the Sabbath, this was a warning to the people who made the calendars. That's what I believe that it was.
He told us to remember it because he knew it was going to be changed.
Exactly. Now here's the Enochian calendar. This is what people most believe to be the most accurate calendar of the to locate the actual Sabbath day, which is Saturday, but it's moving, it's floating in our calendar. It doesn't always fall on the Saturday. The Enochian calendar actually shows us the real Sabbath, which starts on Friday evening to Saturday.
Right.
And sometimes it falls on different days. So if you really wanted to follow the Sabbath, and I haven't done this yet, I'll admit.
Friday sundown till Saturday sundown.
Right, but the problem is our current Gregorian calendar does not follow the lunar calendar, so it's off. So you're not really celebrating it the right way if you just look at our calendar. The Enochian calendar does the translation for you. So Sabbath might fall on like a Tuesday sometimes.
Right.
So,
and, you know, like I was telling people earlier, you know, God knows your heart. He knows you want to do right. He's not going to condemn you for not being able to do something. You know, you have to work, you have to provide for your family. If that job does not consist of you being off on Saturdays, and you know, people are going to call you crazy because the whole time it's been Sunday.
yeah.
If you say, oh, I want, you know, oh, well, you're a 7-day Adventist. No.
Right.
But regardless, you know, people have jobs, people have to work. You know, the beast system, they've made it to where, you know, you can't even have time to wake up if you work a 40-hour-a-week job. Because before, when I was working, I was not awake. You know, I wasn't awake until I actually had the time to research this stuff. I thought I was. I thought I knew everything. And then, you know, this whole thing we call life and reality is completely turned upside down when you do wake up. And it's kind of scary and depressing at first.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't know what to do. You don't want to disappoint God. But I like the way you put it. We do the best we can with what we have. And then God will open all the doors he wants us to walk through. It's like when I started this YouTube channel. I didn't start this YouTube channel with any anticipation of I was going to make money. I don't even think channels were monetized back then. And then things started to trickle in, and I would have never thought back then I'd be able to not work, not to be rich, but to live a simple life, but at least not have to work in the B system so I could full time share the truth with people. And here I am 5 years later. It just blows me away. So my point is anything's possible. And for you, other people, it might not be a YouTube channel, but maybe it'll be something different that you do that's not in the beast system, you know, that can help you get by.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
You know, they make it to where we have to work, we have to have insurance, you know, regardless if we don't work and we're not part of the beast system, we are still made to have, you know, health insurance, you know, or you'll get penalized through Obamacare if you don't have health insurance. They get you either way.
Right.
That's 22. You can't help but be a part of it somehow. I mean, look at us. We're on the internet. We're part of the beast system right now.
Yep. Exactly.
They've made it to where we cannot get away from it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right. And it's even harder when we have kids and stuff, you know. He who more is given, more is expected. So I have a solitary life, and so I have a lot of time to focus on this stuff. My kids are not small anymore, so I don't have that stress. I don't have to worry about them like in school and all that stuff. So therefore, I have the time and the resources and ability to do what I do. But it's not for everybody, you know. Other people have responsibilities. They have to have jobs. They have to do this or that. And like I said, God finds a way. He'll open doors if they're meant to be open. If not, we do the best we can.
Exactly. I'm on a disability, And I haven't shared this with many people at all, but I share this with the ones that don't believe. And I'll make this quick. I waited 10 months for my disability to be approved. I'm type 1 diabetic. I have diabetic neuropathy in both my hands. Over half my nerve function's gone. Got a bunch of other health problems, bursitis, fibromyalgia, and with diabetes, you don't heal correctly. So, I mean, this stuff's just lingering, constant pain daily. But, by the grace of God, I get through with it. But anyhow, I waited 10 months for my disability to be approved. A lot of people wait a lot longer. And I will tell you why I got approved. We already had one of our vehicles repoed once. We were in the process of foreclosing our new home that we had just built, not even a year prior. I had left my job of 6 years working for a bank to go to a better job, better paying job. I mean, things were just going good until one day I was working and my hands started going numb. And from then on out, it just got worse. So there was one night where I was having bad thoughts. Just terrible thoughts, suicidal, and they say God only gives you enough, he never gives you any more than you can handle. So there was a night where I was just begging and pleading for God, and I've never begged God for anything.
Yeah.
And it was probably a good 2 hours. I was just praying, just give me this disability, at least. Well, no, actually, I didn't even ask for that. I asked for the phone call for I was waiting for an appointment to go before the judge for the hearing is what I was waiting on. And that's all I asked God for. Just that one phone call. It's what I was waiting on. So the very next day, it was around 9:30 in the morning, and my attorney calls me. And she says, Kim, she says, I've got good news. She said, we won. You got your disability. I said, huh? She said, you won. There was an attorney that was on the sidelines, picked up your file and approved your case before the judge. She said, so you don't even have to go before the judge. Your disability is approved. And, that was the very next day, the very next morning after praying, pleading God for a phone call. For those that don't believe, and, my faith has grown. And, I thought I was saved then, but, I look back and I wasn't saved. God just gave me that little boost to open my eyes to see, hey, I'm here. I really do. And I never doubted his existence. But when something like this happens, it opens your eyes and it just makes you want to do more for God.
Yeah.
He did something for you. You should do so much more for him. And what you've done is not good enough.
Right.
So, that's kind of like my testimony, So ever since then, I've just tried to help people find the truth. And, I was able to stay home after that, relax and just seek the truth. And I found it. And, sorry for getting a little upset there. It's just very, very emotional.
No, don't apologize. Hey, man, you got to let it out. I mean, you've been through a lot. I know the stories of some of the people in the chat have been through a lot and are suffering and pain, and it's sad. It's really sad. And I hear a lot of stories too on my channel. And the first thing it does to me is make me not want to complain about anything in my life, because at least I don't have to deal with daily pain,
Mm-hmm.
And I wish there was something I could do. I'm praying for a day that we can heal each other, like in the Bible, like Christ says, it's possible. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Well, that I love all of you guys, and I love you, Kim, and
Love you too.
Everybody in the chat. It's sometimes I wonder if we would even be here if we didn't go through the pain that we've gone through. It's kind of what's brought us all together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of us emotional pain, some of us physical pain, and here we all are. And what are we doing? We're doing the most amazing work of our Father that anyone else is doing. Instead of thinking about a new boat we're going to buy or a job, a six-figure job, we're thinking about the things of heaven, and we're trying to get to the bottom of getting closer to God, and also waiting for Jesus to return and helping others open their eyes. This is the most amazing work, so we're blessed, but then along with that comes the cross, the burden of the cross that we carry for Jesus. And but soon it's going to be over, you guys. Like I just showed you with the signs of the zodiac, we're in the age of Aquarius right now, so the suffering isn't going to be much longer.
I believe that wholeheartedly, Casey. Yeah, I mean, people like, oh, we're not in the tribulation, the rapture's going to happen. We don't need to be setting our eyes on, oh, what's going to happen first, what's going to happen. If people will just open their eyes and look, there are demons around us.
Yeah.
I don't think the actual river of Euphrates has been open, but it is drying up. And what does it say in the Bible? When the Euphrates River dries up, what happens then?
Mm-hmm.
The demons will be let loose. And if you pull up Euphrates River on Google Earth, it's not completely dried up. But if you pull up, it's an app kind of like Google Earth, but it's almost real time. It's called Flash Earth. It's completely dried up in Flash Earth.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, if not already, any day now. And I believe that's what CERN's trying to do. They're trying to open up Jacob's Ladder. They're trying to create those portals. And there's a channel out there, and this is kind of getting deep, but I'm going to go ahead and just talk about it anyway since we're here. Geneva, Switzerland, right in the vicinity where CERN's at. You can pull up live web cameras on this stuff. My mom showed this to me, Lucy's World 1013. She showed this to me. There's no traffic, nothing right there in the vicinity of CERN, right there in Geneva where CERN's at. And it's supposed to have, Geneva itself has like 256K as far as population goes, which there's still people in Geneva. Okay, Geneva must be really, really big. But as far as right there in the heart of CERN, supposedly when they set CERN off, it just basically killed a bunch of people, and they've got a morgue set up on top of the airport. I mean, this stuff goes deep, you all. I mean, there's many, many dead people. I don't know how true this is, but I mean, if you could travel to Geneva, where CERN's located, would they even let you go there to investigate? Would you want to go there? What if it's radioactive? I mean, there's so many things that just run through your head, but these live webcams right there show no traffic day or night. You see very, very little. And basically you've got this one group, and like I said, I'll try to post a link to this video and this channel that's actually researching this stuff. But they said that there's a morgue set up on top of the airport where they put the dead bodies. Some people just like vanished, like a nuclear reactor went off and their clothes were just left. They like disintegrated. It's all because of CERN. When they like launched CERN, it caused people to just, die. And, when you see the live webcam at night, you actually see the lights on. Of course, there's going to be lights on, but there's nobody in there.
Wow. Nobody's home.
Nobody's home.
Look at this. They caught this. This is just earlier this month. They caught this weird ring of weather anomaly. This was in the radar of the clouds, you guys, over Switzerland. It was the same size as the CERN Hadron Collider, but it was in the clouds, a formation above. It was directly above CERN. Now, how did that happen? Why isn't anybody talking about it?
Wow.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that story. I thought this would go viral, and not a lot of people covered this. A few kilometers to the south of Geneva in Switzerland. However, at that time, it was not raining, so it was a weather anomaly, but with no rain. The center of the mysterious cycle of around 80 kilometers in diameter is directly above the mountain peak of La Dole and captured by the radar on the mountain peak of La Dole, one of the 5 weather radar stations from Meteo, Switzerland. According to Switzerland, the strange phenomenon appeared as a result of a problem with the radar processing, but many people speculated that the European Organization of Nuclear Research, CERN, is behind the mysterious circle above Switzerland.
Well, think about it. Look at it. It's just a big circle. That's all CERN is.
It's exactly what it is. I mean, look at that. That's crazy.
Wow.
They don't want anybody knowing that it has this effect, because if people saw this power, they would tell them to stop the project. See how everything's hidden?
Mm-hmm. Of course, you know, they've got so much Photoshop and all this stuff, so somebody's going to look at that. Because it wasn't mainstream, they're not going to believe it. People are brainwashed to think, oh, if it's not on the news, the media, you know, just disregard.
Right.
You know, they've been programmed to think, oh, we're crazy. We don't know what we're talking about. That's not mainstream. It's not real, you know. But what they don't realize is the mainstream don't cover true events. 90% of it is all false. It's propaganda. It's, you know, they're paid to lie. And I've actually tried, I'll post stuff on Facebook. Hey, the news can lie to you. Here's the truth. Here's the proof. Do I get any likes or comments? Nope.
Exactly. Now,
Nobody.
Speaking of technology, I'm glad you brought that up, because just to offer people a little bit more hope, the fact that we've had an explosion of technology in the last 50 years, I would even say 40 years, that basically went from analog to digital. And the reason why that happened is because the serpent is running out of time, and he knows it. So if you look at the last 40 years compared to the last 4,000 years, we've had a giant leap in technology. And that's a sign, you guys. It's a sign of the end. Increase
in technology.
Yep, in the last days.
When the disciples asked Jesus, how will we know when the signs of the times are? And he did state an increase in technology.
Yep, increase in knowledge, exactly.
Right.
Absolutely. So that offers people some hope. You know, it's probably going to be in our lifetime. My goal is 2028. That's what I think is going to happen. I could be wrong, but that's the year I think Christ will be returning. It says no man will know the day or the hour, but nowhere does it say he will not know the year.
Right. I actually come up with 2017, 2018. If you actually, you know, they say that when Israel becomes a nation, this generation will see. That generation will see. Well, that was 1948 or 46.
47. Some people say 48.
Okay. Well, in the Bible, it says one generation is 70 years. So you take that year plus 70, what do you get?
2017.
Exactly.
Yep. Definitely possible. My theory is based off of when Jesus took there was a child, a demon-possessed boy, and he sent the spirits into 2,000 pigs. They ran over a cliff. Well, before they did that, Jesus said, before he put them into the pigs, they said, are you here to kill us before the appointed time? So they knew the appointed time, and they knew that that wasn't the time, because they thought Jesus was going to kill them. And they're like, you can't kill us yet. It's not the appointed time. And then so Jesus did like a little funny joke, and he said, okay, it's not the appointed time now, but in 2,000 years it will be. And he put them in 2,000 pigs, and they ran over the cliff. So that actual miracle happened in the year 28 AD. So if you add 2,000 years to that, it brings you to 2028. So that's kind of what I based mine off of. Also, there's a couple other things that I looked into.
But how would the demons know that it wasn't the appointed time?
Because they knew that it wasn't. They know that wasn't the appointed time. Otherwise, they wouldn't have said that. They would have been like, okay, Jesus is just going to kill us. But they knew that wasn't the appointed time. So Jesus' response, if you look at all the responses Jesus has to questions people ask him, there's always a little clue in it that has part of the truth.
A parable.
So why would the Bible say 2,000 pigs? it's because it was 2,000 years until it would be the appointed time.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, the demons didn't die, of course, when they were in the pigs going over the cliff. They just transferred into someone else's body, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's look that verse up so you guys can see it. Okay, so here it is, Mark 5:13. So the demons begged Jesus, send us to the pigs so that we may enter them. He gave them permission, and unclean spirits came out and went into the pigs, and the herd of about 2,000 rushed down a steep bank in the sea and drowned in the water. Now, just before this, let's see, it might be in a different book because they repeat the story in 3 different verses. It says here, what did you so what happened? This is let's see here. It came out into the pigs. Oh, maybe it's just before this. 8, 33, 32, 31. The demons kept begging Jesus not to order them to go into the abyss. Wow, this is interesting. Before this, Jesus says, what is your name? We are legion. And many demons had gone into him. Let's see here. Maybe it's in the other Luke. Let's look back in Mark. It's only 2. Got to be this one. I want to read you the part where it says the appointed time, so we could get the exactly what it says. 4, 5:13, 5:12. Bum, bum, bum. Wow. So you talk about regions, which is like dimensions, the abyss. Let me find it. That sounds like a gun.
Yeah, they're shooting in my neighborhood. It's not like somebody's target practicing. I kind of live out in the country.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here it is here. Let's see, appointed times. Okay. It says, have you come to torture us before the appointed time? So they knew the appointed time. Okay, now this is in analysis of the text. Which verse is this? Okay, let's do this. So that's interesting because we don't. Okay, everyone likes to quote the Bible verse about no one knows the day or the hour. You can never know when Jesus is returning.
Well, it says not even Jesus knows, not even the Son of Man knows, only God.
Okay, well, the day or the hour, but doesn't mean that he can't know the year. So,
correct.
Yeah. So here it is, Matthew 8:29. The proper time. Some translations say, the King James says, torment us before the time. So they knew that wasn't the time. Okay, so that begs the question of, then they must have known when the time was, or had a general idea, or Jesus had a general idea. See, so I thought that's kind of interesting because 2,000 pigs, that was like a little clue. This is why, okay, like when Jesus fed the crowd with 2 fish, that was the age of Pisces. He was giving a little clue. That's why he chose 2 fish instead of 3 fish or 5 fish, because Pisces is the sign of 2 fish.
Wow.
The earth age that he lived in. It began at his birth. the age of Pisces began, and it just ended because Earth ages go for 2,000 years. See? So, yeah. So he gave us little cute clues, and when he told here, let's look up the verse. It talks about the man carrying the water jugs. You guys know I'm not making this up. Go upstairs, find man, water, Bible. Here he says.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Are you done?
So they're preparing for the Passover. He says, when you go into the city, a man carrying a water jug will meet you. Follow him into the house he enters. Okay? That's the house. They call different signs of the zodiac, they call them houses, right? So that's what he's talking about here. The man with the water jug, that's the new age. And they're preparing for the Passover. See? It's all symbolic. That's why we have baptism. That's why we're dunked in water. Because it's all symbolic, pointing forward to the water, the coming age of Aquarius, which is what we're in now. So that's what that's all about, you guys. Kim's tending to the chillins. Are you tending to the chillins? She can't hear me. Well, we've been on here for a while, Kim.
I know. I set the time for 9 to end.
Are you tending to the chillins?
Yes, I'm tending to my chillins.
Oh, did you?
Pull this out.
Did you already milk? Did you already milk the cows?
Huh?
Did you already milk the cows?
Yeah, they were fed a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I did have chickens one time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 2 baby chicks. Then they died.
Callie asked why we think we're in the age of Aquarius. Let's see here. Well, here's the song.
Age of Aquarius.
Yeah. Dawning.
I was born January 29th. I'm an Aquarius.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Wow. Well, we're almost to the age of Aquarius. I may have misspoke. We're not quite here. It's 2,100 years. Some people say 2,160. We're very, very close. And let's look this up. Age of Aquarius. Are we in the age of Aquarius? We'll Google that. Are we in the age of Aquarius?
Yeah, we need to look up the lyrics to that song, too, just to see. I haven't ever looked them up.
Yes. Okay, so now remember, so 0 AD wasn't the exact start of Pisces, but it was close. It was actually a little earlier. So here's when did the age of Aquarius begin. Some people think we're already here. Some people think it's in the next 10 or 15 or 20 years. My guess is that when it actually does start is when Jesus is coming. But it's hard. Precession is not an exact science. So some people believe we're here, and some people think it's within the next 5 or 10 years. That's probably the best answer I can give you guys for are we in the age of Aquarius. When you think about the time period of 2,000 years, a couple decades isn't really going to make a big difference in terms of accuracy of what I'm trying to get across to you guys, which is it's the Earth ages, and they're 2,000 years long, roughly. Some people think they're 2,160 years. I tend to maybe not agree with this because 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. So I think the number might be something different because that's 666. And so, but who knows?
But then, you could also maybe go to the biblical calendar because what is it? 1 week is 1,000 years to God, or is it 1 day?
Right. Exactly. So let's see. Age of Aquarius songs. Look at the song. Look at the song lyrics. Let the sun shine in. Age of Aquarius. Is this it? Wait. Yeah, this is it. Let's play this. Wow. Okay. So you guys just went to the past. Oh, guess what? 1969.
Huh.
There's our 69 number again.
Wow.
And look at the rainbow, you guys. Look at the rainbow.
How freaky is that?
Heck yeah. That's freaky as heck. I wonder if there's anything else in here we can look at. I like decoding these old movie posters because they like manifest stuff out of them that's just bizarre. Things you would never think you'd find in these old. Ooh, there's Liberty. Whoa. This was just before the World Trade Center opened, you guys. Wow. See, there's always little clues in this stuff. This might be the flood, the Aquarius.
Red and blue duality. He's got a red shirt and then a blue shirt on.
Exactly. And look at this. This could be the flood of New York that we've been talking about. The Aquarius, the man bearing the water jug. Aquarius is water. Make no mistake, they're going to do some water event. The first one they did was tsunami. They're going to do something else. There's going to be a water event to try to subvert and throw negative sorcery toward the return of Christ. It's going to make people lose hope in Christ, in the Bible, and all that. Let's take a look. Ooh, song listed number 66. There you go.
Wow.
Billboard's greatest songs of all time. Let's see what other clues we can pull out of here. 69. Wow, unbelievable. Look at this. Age of the Aquarius. By the fifth dimension, because this is the fifth age, right? The song is By the Fifth Dimension. Unbelievable. Age of Aquarius, Love and Light.
Let the sun shine in. Sun God.
Yes. Oh, man. The lyrics of the song were based on the astrological belief that the world would soon be entering the age of Aquarius, an age of love, light, and humanity, unlike the current age of Pisces. You see how it's like Antichrist? Because Pisces was Jesus' age, and they're saying unlike the current age of Pisces, you see how it's already Antichrist right here.
And Satan is the morning star, correct?
Satan, yes. Well, they're okay.
Okay.
Here's my go ahead.
It's called the morning star in the Bible. That serpent, the morning star. What is the morning star? The sun.
Okay. Here's the research I've done on it, and I'll just pull up a couple tabs and we can go from there. But this is what I've found. Mercury, morning star, Mercury. There are two morning stars, Mercury and Venus. Okay. As it says here, Venus and Mercury. Now the Bible says, let's go to the Bible. Sure, let's see. Okay. This is Mercury and Venus are the innermost planets in the solar system. And they're the two morning stars. This is in astrology. This is known astrological fact. Now watch this. Mercury and Venus.
But where does this information come from? Does it come from man or does it come from God?
It comes from, it's just ancient knowledge. So it could have come from, it probably comes from man. But let me show you something. This is the Bible, because we got to go to the Bible to check everything. Morning star. Okay, this is in the Bible. Job 38:7. At one time, all the morning stars sang together in heaven. Okay, so there were multiple morning stars, plural. So Jesus is called the morning star, and Satan is called the morning star. They can't be the same person. So at one time, there was unity in heaven, and they sang together. Then Satan fell, because Jesus was the morning star. I'm getting to the point of this, sorry. He says, I'm the offspring of David and the bright morning star. But then Lucifer is the morning star. Now, a lot of people will use these verses to say, Jesus is Lucifer. No.
The Catholic Church says that. Catholic Church says Satan is the son of Jesus.
All the morning stars sang that together in heaven. There were good morning stars and bad morning stars. Astronomy tells us that there were two morning stars, Mercury and Venus. I believe, this is what I believe, that Venus was Jesus who had to fall. This is empty star shell, is the planet Venus. This is the morning star, that the star of Bethlehem that shone in the sky before Jesus was born. He transfigured out of the planet and then he was born, and that Mercury is Satan's star when he fell from heaven. His empty star is planet Mercury, which is closest to the sun. This is why he worships the sun. And Mercury is our whole economic system. Mercantilism, merchandise, marketing, mercenaries, anything for money. And this is the god of commerce, is Mercury. That's my personal belief. But I mean, I could be wrong, but this is what I put together. So
I don't know. That just came to me. You know, you think morning. How do you know it's morning when the sun comes up? That just makes sense that would be the morning star. And, you know, everybody, all these people worship the sun god, which is technically Satan in disguise.
right.
So,
And
I mean, I don't know.
yeah. Well, we know that the shepherds followed the Venus. Venus is the only planet. It's the most visible planet in the sky. It shines bright. It can be seen on the horizon and in the morning and evening star. And Mercury is also called the morning star. And we know that this star floated over Bethlehem just before Jesus was born. So it makes sense that he transfigured out of the empty. I believe all planets are empty stars. That's why they're all named after gods.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they're all empty stars that fell out of the firmament, and now they're just up there in the middle space underneath the firmament. And that's our solar system. I don't believe there are other solar systems around other stars. And I don't even think the planets, you know,
It makes you wonder if there's even other planets out there. You know, I'm not saying that there's not. It's just, you know, you got all these satellites, you know, rotating around Earth. Do you ever see anything else?
right. I agree with you. I think
You
all
don't
the
even see any stars.
right. I agree with you. I don't think there's any other planets around other stars. I think this solar system that we have is it, and that the other stars are in the firmament, just like the Bible tells us, and they're still up, like in heaven, and they're shining down on us. In Book of Enoch says we each have a star in heaven.
Hey, check out that book. What is it? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus,
Uh-huh.
or vice versa.
Wow.
You ever heard of that book?
No.
Yeah.
Men are from Mars, women are from... Oh, there you go. Perfect. So they're basically goofing on Jesus. If Jesus is in fact Venus, or was Venus, he's not that now. It's just an empty shell, right? Because he came into as a man, born as a man.
And it might be men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I'm not sure exactly. It's one of the two.
And notice how they portray Venus as this lustful goddess of love, and they turn her into a woman and all this. My thing is they're probably doing the wrong version of love versus agape love that Jesus had for us, to just rub it in his face a little bit more. That's what I think's going on. Let's do the lyrics on this. See if we can find any clues in the lyrics. What do you think we're going to find?
I don't know. I'm kind of scared.
I always find crazy stuff, huh?
Yeah. I'm starting to find more crazier stuff too.
When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns to Mars, and peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. Creepy. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. What's moon in the 7th house? Oh, the 7th generation. The 70 years. That's when we're going to go to Aquarius, which is what you were saying earlier.
Exactly.
Whoa. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. No more falsehoods or derisions. Golden living dreams of visions. Golden age. 5th age is the golden age. Boom, right there. What else we have? Mystic crystal revelations. Ooh, this is the firmament, crystal firmament. And mind's true liberations. When the moon is in the 7th house, and Jupiter gets the chorus. Let the sun, oh, they're going on about the sunshine. Let the sunshine. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's see how many times sunshine is mentioned. Sorry, guys. I like to beat this.
F. All you got to do is hit Control F. type in sunshine and it'll tell you.
Yeah, I've got well, it's 42 on this page. That's the rainbow color, but there, I think, or the rainbow number, but it's including the two that were in the header. So there's like 40.
Okay.
So there's 40. So there's their 40 again. Wait.
Wow.
So minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Minus 8. So it's 34. 34 times it's mentioned in the song. Oh, how many times is Aquarius mentioned in the song?
I was ready to ask that.
You read my mind. I read your mind. That's going to give us some clues right there. So,
Love will steer the stars.
yeah. 2, 1, 2, minus 2. Oh, here, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12. 12 times Aquarius is mentioned. So that's like a full house. So it's the zodiac, which has 12 constellations. So that's what that's pointing at. See, these songs are carefully crafted by sorcerers. And at times, I think Lucifer actually writes some of the lyrics of these songs.
Well, what my mom was saying is, I'm not sure where she got this information. We got to kind of hurry. There's like 3 minutes. But she told me that Lucifer's favorite color is purple and that he was actually the angel of music.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, put those two together. Who do you have? You've got Prince right there.
Yep, and look, they did fifth age in purple with yellow behind it. That means, Jesus, you're done, and now we're going into the purple age with the serpent. And so they're leaving Pisces behind. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. Okay, we got to look at this a little closer. Okay, this is nuts. Okay, you ready for this? Look at this.
5th.
Yeah, and look at this. These are the fins of the fish. So the purple is dominating the fish now. See the fish fins? That's a fin of a fish, and the purple's coming above the yellow, which is Jesus. Jesus represents the yellow.
And Jesus represents the fish.
Yes. So the fifth age they think is going to take over. And look at this. They got the green, serpent green. They've got the wow, and they're coming out of the house. So remember, Jesus said, go find the man bearing the water jug in the upper room. That's what he tells his disciple, in the room. Do any of these guys have water? Let's see here. Aquarius in the room. It's all here. This is the Bible verse right here in your face, you guys.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
She's got on purple tights.
Are those purple?
They look purple to me.
Yeah, it looks like she's got ice skates on. Like, we need to find a better copy of this. We're almost done, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much time. It might cut out, you guys.
I don't think it does. If we go over, it just goes over. Let's do it. Aquarius, let the sunshine in. Let's find a better copy of this. Google Aquarius, let the sun.
We've opened up a whole new rabbit hole.
Oh, this stuff just goes on and on. Oh, here's a really good copy of it right here. Let's look at this. Wow, view image. Let's get this one cracking. Ooh, there's letters on. Ooh, busted. There's license plates. Okay, remember I told you guys this new age is going to be the age of black people? Look at this. They know it. Remember in the trailer I told you, the guy's like, you have no idea. You're outnumbered now and this and that. Oh, yeah, she's got purple tights on. She's in a radio flyer. You know what that represents, right? The power of the air, the flyer, the prince of the power of the air, and it's purple, the Lucifer color. So this is what she's representing in the wagon. What else do we have in here?
What are all those numbers on the license plates?
Gosh, there's an 88 up there, but I mean, there's so many numbers you really can't. I don't think you can really.
What does it say on the garbage can on the side of the building?
TRMU. Truman. I don't know. I don't know. Can't really tell. But here's the bombshell. There's the fish fins. There's no mistaking that those are fish fins. I mean, look at that. Serpent green. Now remember, you guys, purple is red and blue mixed together.
The eye is the star for the fish.
Yes.
Fish's eye.
And purple is red and blue together. That's the Freedom Tower mixing the red and blue pillars of the World Trade Center into one. It's now the purple One World Freedom Tower. And in fact, that's why they have, ready for this? Hold on your chair. This is nuts. That's why they do the purple tribute lights. I guess they're kind of bluish, but in some images they look purple. Red and blue mixed together for the World Trade Center. It's the red and the blue mixed together, the One World Freedom Tower, the 88 tribute lights. Every year they shine in the air. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Let's type in purple One World Trade Center. Purple World Trade Center. Fading fast, Kim. Okay, here we go. See what all says purple.
Those beams want to make me say, "Beam me up, Scotty."
Yeah.
There's where lightning hit it.
Yeah, and that was a purple lightning strike. So, you know, they're all invested in this purple thing. Ever wonder why after you click on a link it turns purple? See?
Yeah, it goes from blue to purple.
Everything we've been talking about. So there you go. Wow. Purple passport to New York City?
What?
Yeah. Purple passport to New York City. Purple. What's that all about? Let's see when they changed it. Can't help themselves. New York travel guide for purple passport. Here it is.
The purple pickle people eater.
Here it is. The purple passport. Oh, this is just like put the stamp on the world. If you pay, leave much time for waxing. What is this? Purple passport. I think this is just a story. Oh, this is a website showing all the different places you can go and they're all lit up by purple. So this is
Real Sweet just mentioned the Purple Heart.
yeah, her heart just spontaneously turned purple, didn't it? Wasn't that weird?
No, isn't there a Purple Heart in the military?
Yes, of valor. But her hearts are purple too when she types them in the chat.
You can actually pick what color heart you want to
Oh,
pick
okay.
purple.
Let's see if there's any 9/11 on these license plates. Now, what they're doing here is they're immortalizing the fact that they've been hiding the truth on license plates in all these movies and films. I think I showed it in Under the Cherry Moon.
Go back up to that Liberty. What's it say on the Liberty? Isn't there numbers on that Liberty thing?
Yes, 15193, 19, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19. So this is actually 19 is 61, right? That's the year that New York would be attacked. Hebrew year 5761.
There's 9/11 in there.
You do? You see that? Where?
15193, the 9/11.
Oh.
Look, go back
yeah,
up.
Yeah, it's in there.
And then there's 8.
And 53 was the age of the president when the One World Freedom Tower opened. He was 53 years old. So that's got 9/11 backwards and 53 the other direction. So you're absolutely right. Wow.
And then A for Aquarius.
Yep. I mean, now some of this is speculation, but I've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, like in the license plate of Under the Cherry Moon, it had the date of Prince's death on the license plate when he's racing the girl in the red car. And I proved it because all the digits are accounted for. It's got 421 in it. He died at 57 years old. All of that's in the license plate of that film.
Look at that again. Okay, Liberty doesn't necessarily need that dot for the eye. It's almost like something's going to be hitting, something's coming, maybe like a star or a comet or a meteor. Go back up to that Liberty sign.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Showing something's going to hit New York.
Yeah, or something, because it's off. It's not even on top of the eye of the Liberty.
Yes, it's off.
Why would it be off like that?
It doesn't even need an eye because they're all uppercase. It doesn't even need the dot.
You're right. Wow, you're like a super sleuth.
Super sleuth.
Let's see what else we got in here. Gosh, this guy looks like Denzel Washington, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Cloned.
This is the dawning.
That guy looks like Eddie Murphy.
Which one?
The other dude.
Oh, you just think all black people look alike.
The other guy looks like Eddie Murphy. The one with the other black dude.
The other black guy. The other black guy. They all look like Tyson.
Does that not look like Eddie Murphy standing there?
This looks like my dad. That's creepy. This looks like my dad right here. I should turn on my camera real quick and show you guys a picture of my dad and my brother and me. You'd be like, what? That's crazy. What's he hold? What is this? He's holding something. What is that? Is that like a harvester?
What is that?
I don't know. It's like he's leaning on it, but it looks like a pick, like a sickle.
Handle.
It's like for harvesting.
Killer, maybe?
Yeah, like it looks like it has like tongs. Oh, it's an ice house. Holy crap. That's for picking up ice, pieces of ice. They're in an ice house.
Huh.
Because that's what happens in an ice house. There's an old Bruce Lee movie, and they've got these ice pit holder things, and he's in an ice house doing kung fu. You guys probably remember. It was one of his more popular movies. Yeah, it's kind of hard to pull these numbers out because they're just all over the place. If it was just one plate, we could decode it, but I just like a lot of confusion. But yeah, those are used to, here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. To let's see. Tool to hold.
Can't hear you.
Huh?
Can't hear you.
Ice blocks. You can't.
Okay. I can hear you now.
Okay, see, I think this is what he's got his hands on, isn't it? Look. It's one of these. Let's do a side by side. Large ice blocks. There's the dawning of the- I think this is what he's holding.
You're going to have that song in your head for the rest of the night.
That's how the sorcery works. This is what they do to us. And
Uh-huh.
they do it with all different kinds of songs. See, that's what he's holding, right?
I don't know. You need to do side by side. It looks really tall, whatever it is.
Here.
Those don't look that tall.
That.
Are they that big, you guys? I mean, have any of you all ever used one?
Look at it. It looks like the same thing.
Yeah, but as far as size-wise, are they that big to where like he could like lean on it?
Well, he's got an extender on his. But see the prong? Look at this board here. See the prong coming up? That's the giveaway. I think that's for, this is an ice house. Oh, here. Let me save us some work. let's type in.
I wonder if they're trying to say the age of Aquarius is going to be frozen.
Well, hello. Look at this.
Don't hello me like I'm lost.
No, I'm not saying it like that.
I'm just messing with you.
Here's iPet Goat 2, and the whole landscape is snow and ice.
Ice.
So guess what? We're done. View image.
Antarctica.
This is the whole landscape.
Yeah, because the Earth is covered in ice. Like the firmament, like around is actually ice.
Right. So this is Tony Scott, by the way, jumping off the bridge. For those of you that didn't get to see that decode that I did on this. This is they predicted it before he actually jumped.
Now be careful; they might pull this.
For just looking at, I'm not going to play the video. You think they pull it for us showing screenshots?
I hope not. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Okay, we put that away. See, this is what we have to deal with, you guys. You have to be very careful what you show on YouTube. They basically censored us to nothing. So I think that's what this is, girl. That's what this is. So,
is there an ice house in iPet Goat?
No, there's a lot of ice scenes. Oh, here, let's save us some work. Google.
Yeah, that's what that is. That is what that is. You're dead on.
Yep, Aquarius. And the only reason why I know that is because there's a film with Bruce Lee in it. He's in an ice house. I know it sounds bizarre, but it was actually a really good movie.
That's what they use the wagon for, maybe to put the ice in.
Ooh, and it's going to be brought by Lucifer. So he's going to basically turn the heat off on us, and it's going to get really cold.
So red wagon, red dragon.
Yes, and Flyer, Radio Flyer is the name of that wagon when he's the ruler of the air. So that's the air, Flyer, air. Aquarius, let this thing comes up. Ice, Aquarius, sunshine in.
Enterthe5t4rz is saying, I thought the ice in Pet Goat was nuclear winter. Still, it's ice. You know, we don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, gosh. And that, see, if it wasn't for that one little clue of this guy holding this thing, we would have never figured out that this is an ice house.
Right.
Here, watch this. Google. Bruce Lee. I don't even know how I remember all this stuff.
I don't even remember how we got on the Age of Aquarius song.
Okay, this is called The Big Boss. Bruce Lee was in The Big Boss, and there's a scene. Here's the ice house, and he's smashing ice. Gosh, he saw that guy in the head. See, he's in this ice house.
That looks like Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Bruce Lee. Okay.
Big Boss. Let's type in Big Boss.
Sorry, I'm an 80s chick.
Yeah.
I played all those games.
Yeah, you missed most of this.
Huh?
You missed most of this.
Oh, that's right. You're old.
Yeah, I'm an old dude. Okay. He smashes some ice. Anyway.
He's throwing that dude in the head?
Oh, here we go. Boom. Yeah, I saw that. See, he's in the ice house. So he's picking up the ice. Wow. Unbelievable. So that's it.
When was Bruce Lee born? Is he in Aquarius?
He was born, or he died in 73, which is why I know all about him. It's the year I was born. Let's see, Bruce Lee, Wiki. And Enter the Dragon. Okay. That's why I'm Enter the Stars, because we're going the opposite direction of the dragon, right? So kind of how I got my name, or I made my name. July 20th, 1973 is when he died. Let's see, July 20th, March. Let's do my birthday to when he died. March 29th to July 20th. March 29th to July 20th. March 29th.
To July 20th.
Agree. I did this calculation before in a video. 113 days. Wow. So I was 113 days old. Ooh, 3 months, 21 days. That's 321, the 111th day of the year. The Queen of England's birthday, and the anti-date of 9/11. Wow. And look at this, 16 weeks in one day. That's got 9/11 in it. Interesting. Crazy how this reality manifests.
It is crazy. And he was born on July 20th.
He was born on November 27th, 11/27/40. November 27 is.
So take his birthday to the day he died and see what that is.
Whoa, look at that. He was born on the 331st day of the year, and I was born 113 days, or I was after he died, or before he died. And that's nuts.
Indoor saying, did you ever notice how it works when you try to get your belts to move up a level? Yeah, like the black belt's the final belt.
Oh, yeah, the black belt. Yeah, exactly. It goes through all the colors, which is the rainbow, right? And then it ends at the blackness, the cube, the black cube of the North Pole of Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly. Martial arts. Wow. Now, guess what Bruce Lee talked about? He talked about being like water. Age of Aquarius. He said, flow like water. Water doesn't crash, it flows. These are his quotes. I'll pull up his quotes on water. Bruce Lee quotes on water. So he says, be like water, making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object. You'll find your way around it. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless like water. I don't recommend this. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it into a teapot, it becomes a teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. He's basically mocking the age of Aquarius right there. Like, he knows Jesus is coming.
So when Jesus walked on water, Jesus became water.
Kind of. Empty your mind. I don't know about emptying your mind, unless the Holy Spirit goes into it. Yeah, interesting stuff. Anyway, we could talk all night. So,
one thing I wanted to ask you, Casey, your sister was big into Prince. Okay,
yeah.
Did you ask her what Prince says when he says, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to
get through the thing called life"? Electric word, life, it means forever. That's a my long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else, the afterworld, the place of never-ending happiness, where you can always see the sun day or night. So when you call up that shrink on Beverly Hills, you know the one, doctor, everything will be all right. So those are the lyrics. The only reason why I have those memorized is because my sister played that record over and over again.
So it never said we are gathered here today to celebrate this thing called life?
No, to get through this thing called life.
Okay, because a lot of people think that it did say celebrate this thing called life. A lot of people.
Oh.
Not just one person.
Hey, I found the Twin Towers.
Okay, where?
Boom. Right there.
You just said boom.
Oh, because it's got a lag.
You said boom, you dropped a mic.
Yeah, I did drop the mic, but there's the Twin Towers right here.
Where?
See them up in the left corner?
Oh yeah.
And
it can also be the pipes though on the building right there on the red box.
It is the pipes on the building, but it's also the Twin Towers. And the reason why I know is because here's the Statue of Liberty. Because Statue of Liberty is right across from when the Twin Towers stood.
Oh wow.
So yeah, they're busted. They knew 9/11 was going to happen. So yeah, here's the sun. It's in dawn of the age of Aquarius. The dawning. Here's the dawning. Here's the sacrifice. See? Here's the two planes flying in the towers. See the two wires?
Yeah.
Wow, it's all right here. They needed to do the sacrifice in order to bring in the age of Aquarius. Take away all our rights, make us go to war, kill all the Muslims. See? Wow. Yeah, that's what that is right there. That's no joke. Just found it.
And then what's it say down there at the bottom? Next to the fish?
Don't you hear me calling to you?
Yeah.
Don't you hear me calling to you? Calling, calling. 911, 911, calling.
Yeah.
911.
Now, is America the only one? I wonder this. Is America the only one that used 911 as the emergency service, or was other countries doing it as well?
I think the only ones, or the different countries have emergency numbers, countries.
I've always wondered that, because if we are the only ones that did the 911, then that would prove right there that it was our own false flag, because no other country is going to be aware that that's what emergency means in America.
Wow, Ascension Island. You know where this is, right? They saw like beams of light emanating from Ascension Island. Look at their emergency number, 666-999. Wow. Watch. Strange watch. This is strange. We're like deep in the rabbit hole right now, you guys. Ascension Island light beams.
Wow.
Watch this. Okay, oh, this is nuts. So here's the light beams. I'm just gonna, let's see, let's just pull it up and then I'll pause it. This is Ascension Island. Watch this. This is real footage. Oh, it's just Michelle Hopkins. Oh, here it is. Okay, look at that. That came out of Ascension Island. What the? This has 602,000 views. Look, it's only got 500 thumbs down. So this is believable stuff. This came out of Ascension Island. This is South America, out in the ocean somewhere. And their emergency number is 999, which is like 666. Okay, let's move on here. Oh, Botswana has 911, is theirs.
Wow. Is that a recent video? Is that new?
No, this is from like a couple years ago.
Okay.
In fact, I think her and I worked together on this back when she wasn't so busy. Or at least I think I sent it to her, or I did a video. I don't remember. Oh, I know what happened. I told her that was from Ascension Island. And she didn't know that that's where it was coming from. And then we found an array on Ascension Island. There's actually an array on Ascension Island. Let's pull that up. Gosh, we're going in the rabbit hole tonight. Hope people aren't getting bored.
Are you all getting bored? Do you want us to stop?
Okay, Ascension. And now they since they might have hidden this with clouds. Oops. Here's Ascension Island. It's in between Africa and South America.
They're telling us not to stop.
Okay.
No way. Don't stop.
There's an array. Oh, here is this it? The array. There's an array on this island. Let's see. Where is the array? There was an array on the island.
How do I keep from my picture showing up?
How do you make it? Oh, you can't. You just got to leave your picture on there unless you want to get on the camera.
No, like it keeps popping up and I can't see your screen.
Oh, what you do is you punch, you hit present to everyone, I think, for me, and then it should work.
Where's that at?
It's up in upper center of the Hangout screen. Ascension Island.
One.
Yeah. Oh, wait. It might just be for me. Okay, here's an array. It's on Ascension Island. Oh, let's do this. Google. Ascension. Can you see me still?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you just fine. It's just I can't see you all the time.
Oh, here it is.
They can't see you all the time.
Okay, so a bunch of people found the array. Rev Michelle Hopkins found the array on Ascension Island, and then that's where this was coming from, out in the ocean. They had their camera pointed at the ocean, and it was emanating. Look at this thing. I mean, this is nuts. Look at the devil face in here. Whoa. It's like a beak. Oh, you can't see because there's a lag on. Okay. Let's see here.
Wow, that's a demon.
Totally looks like it. Let's look at some of the other emergency numbers. Oh, this one has 119, 9/11 backwards for Cameroon. What is this? Oh, notes. Okay. So some have, okay, 112. They're all different numbers. Congo, Djibouti, your big booty. So here's all the emergency numbers. Some of them are 9/11 backwards and upside down. 13. Ghana is 999, which is like 666. Wow, Ivory Coast. So here's all the emergency numbers in case anyone wants them. So some are, I think we're one of the only ones that are 911, but look, this one has, St. Helena has 911 too. So some countries share 911. Somalia, 888. Interesting. So, ooh, Antarctica, 911. Look at that. Look at that. So that kind of maybe links us to New York to, or America to Antarctica, just like Pet Goat does, right? Maybe. Wow, I almost clicked off of this. I would have missed the Twin Towers up here. So I'm glad we stayed with it. So that's it.
Let the sunshine in.
Yes. This is the sunshine. It's like, let the sacrifice begin, basically, is what they were saying. Now, remember, this was 1969. You ready for this? Let's see here. Watch this. This is crazy. Now, I can play this one because it's my video. The Beatles had some stuff happen in 1969. Beatles. How do you spell Beatles? Okay, here it is. Last concert was on 9/11. Look at this. This was before the Twin Towers even started being built.
Hey guys, enter the stars. August 29th is 9/11. And Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans on August 29th.
Now, it looks like the World Trade Center began construction on August 5th, 1966, just 24 days before this last concert.
August 29th was also the very last day of the Beatles' last
concert
in Candlestick Park, in which they sold tickets for between $4.50, that's 9, and $6.50, that's 11.
Wow.
And it just
This is nuts.
so happens that during their last world tour, they played 19 shows with one leg. That's 9/11 backwards. And in fact, there was a big controversy of this concert in 1966. There's your 666. About comments that John Lennon made about Christianity. And they call these comments Antichrist comments, as you can see here, in him claiming that they were in fact more popular than Jesus himself.
Wow. That's crazy.
Wow.
So this goes on. They basically dress up and they cover themselves in meat. I won't play the whole thing for you. They cover themselves in meat, like real meat, just like Lady Gaga did. Here it is. Here's the cover, the dead babies and meat. Look at this.
Yeah, I've seen that. That one that was never released.
Yeah. Actually, no, this one went, they released it and then they pulled it and yeah. Let me put the link in the description in the thing here. For those people that want to see this. So that's a crazy video. 9/11 all over it. These people knew what was going to happen. They knew. So, and Beetle is a scarab, right? And guess what? Barack backwards is scarab. Barak's scarab. Here, I'll type it in the chat.
The Hebrew definition for lightning is barak.
Yep. Barak's scarab. It's the same thing backwards and forwards. Althea, go ahead and click on the video if you want, and when you're done or whatever, and it'll be easier to follow. I just don't want to drag you guys through that whole video because it's a long video and it's a whole nother rabbit hole. But basically, the Beatles were they were the occultists, and they were in the middle of that. They said they were more popular than Jesus. It created a big controversy, and then I prove in there how it was basically the ritual of the groundbreaking of the World Trade Center. That's what the Beatles' last concert in Candlestick Park was all about.
And all of them were murdered per se, except for 2, correct?
Some people are saying that Paul McCartney was replaced by a clone. Is what some
people are saying. Paul McCartney is Barack Obama's mommy.
Yeah.
She looks a whole lot like him, or maybe like they photoshopped her picture from his picture or something.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, like they did a side-by-side with Paul McCartney's and with the wig, or they put his face in a long hair, and he looked just like Barack Obama's mom. Yeah, heard about that. Yeah. So that's actually a really good video. If you guys have time to watch that video, I just put in the chat. You won't be sorry that you watched that video. So yeah, pretty crazy. Yeah. So anyway, what do you say? Should we finish up here?
Something else I wanted to bring up. Okay, basically the Beatles said they were more popular than Jesus. They ended up getting killed off, most of them. And then you've got the Titanic. Wasn't there something to that same nature that it's unsinkable, even God couldn't sink it or something like that?
Right, which are abominations to the Lord, using God's name in vain. Absolutely. Yep. And the commandment of not using God's name in vain, what that means, okay, everyone thinks, oh, you can't say the word God. No. What that means is world false religion, using God's name, but not showing the truth, using his name in vain. That's what all of religion pretty much is, because they're using God's name, but they're not telling us the whole truth. That's an abomination when you hold back part of the truth from people. That's using God's name in vain. And that's what's happened in this current reality. All these people go to church and none of them know these truths that we show. So love you people.
Did you want to start maybe doing a show like on Sunday or Monday nights every week? I know somebody had asked me that before.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. I usually got Real Talk on Friday. I'm going to try to get in with D13. He hasn't contacted me back yet. He's probably busy. It's holiday weekend. But maybe want to start up a show with him, or at least collaborate. So right now, I probably got to wait till I see what's going on. But once I figure that out, I would be open to doing a show. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I do my Sunday show, but you know how that goes.
Well, like this normally wouldn't be a good time for me, but hubby had to go into work early, so I don't have any distractions except for the kiddos. Of course, I had to get up, but that's no problem. But I mean, anytime, like during the day would be good for me. I don't know about you all, but anytime during the day, say like, of course, Casey's 3 hours behind me. I'm on Eastern Standard. I'm not sure about everybody else, but we'll figure something out, and I'll put out an update video, or Casey will, or something, and we'll make up a name for it, what have you. So
yeah. We'll call it Real Talk Now. We could call it Daytime Real Talk. We'll call it Jerry Springer Real Talk.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh gosh.
I know. I'm off the. That's what happens to me when I get tired. I just start my mouth off. So.
Oh goodness.
All right. Well, I better get off here.
Okay. Well, thanks guys for coming in. Callie524, Robert Westholm, Paul Panda, Althea, real sweet. Uzaro313, Oath of God, Murphy B.
Robert,
There is
Craig's Volk, Truth Viral, Murphy B Ninja, Oath of God. You already said all those, huh?
mhm.
All right. Well, fun show. I'm gonna
Very
tell
fun.
everyone to
Thanks,
come.
guys.
I'm gonna do a video and have everyone come over here and thumbs this video up because it makes me angry that they did 8 thumbs down on your video already.
Wow.
We're gonna have to change that.
Most definitely. I don't think I have any haters out there. I don't know.
Well, I bring the haters too, so that's probably part of this. So that's what happens.
Gary Baxter said, "You are not the father." Handle the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, we'll catch you later. Have a good night. God bless.
Night. Let's see here. Do you know how to undo the? You know how to unbroadcast?
Yeah.
Did you do it already?